Good evening. Welcome to Star Talk. I'm Ken Eccles. Boy, it's been a long time. Long time, hasn't it? But here we are, actually, on the air, and would love to hear from you during this hour of Star Talk. The phone number up there, there's a phone number that you can call, and the email address is keneckleslive@gmail.com. And we'd love to hear from you tonight, either way, by phone call or by email. I've been to the dentist. I don't know who likes going. Show of hands. Who likes to go to the dentist? I don't see any hands up there. But I've been. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Well, good evening, Mr. Ken.
Good evening. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. My honey in the Philippines had to go visit her mother and family in Mindanao.
Okay. I hope everything's all right.
She says she will let me know when she gets back home so we can chat.
Okay. How long of a trip is that for her?
I don't know, but she left left a couple of weeks ago in January. She said last communication was she was on a cruise ship coming home.
So she has to go by ship to get there?
That's what she says.
Wow. Wow. That must be quite a trip. Well, I hope she'll be home soon, and I hope everything's all right.
Well, I did. She asked a few questions.
What questions what questions can you tell us?
She wanted to know if I was behaving myself.
Well, obviously not.
I said yes.
Well, you have to say that.
Yes, and she asked me was I drinking plenty of water. I said yes.
All right. So she's concerned about your water intake.
Yes, she's concerned about my weight too, to get it down. She wants me to eat a lot better than I've been eating. She thinks American fast food is not good for people.
Well, now that's kind of chafe a little bit because you've made your career in American fast food.
She says she doesn't mind me working in fast food, but she does not want me eating it.
You can work in it, just don't eat it. It's like my father used to say to me, "You can pull tobacco, just don't smoke it."
Well, I told her I've been a good honey and I have not been causing trouble.
So you lied.
No, I didn't. I told her I have not been bullying anybody. I have been talking nice to people on Star News on your show.
I guess that's generally true.
I have not picked on anybody, have called out nobody lately.
That's not true. That's not true. You were basically celebrating when Patrick Mahomes was injured. I mean, you did everything. You threw a party for that. You put on a party hat and you blew those party things. You were celebrating that.
She doesn't know that.
Okay, well, that's between you and her, I guess.
Yes, as long as nobody snitches on me.
Well, certainly I wouldn't.
True, because if you meet her, we will not discuss these things. You will say, hello, nice to meet you.
Hope you guessed my name. Well, when I'm in the Philippines next, if I do happen, we do happen to run into each other, I'll be very careful what I say.
It would not make me look good in front of her.
Well, certainly we wouldn't want that to happen.
No, we don't want to. We wouldn't have to have a private chat.
So what is the water? How much water a day does she expect you to drink?
She wants me to drink at least 8 glasses of water.
8 glasses.
Well, in her case, it'd be like bottled water. I drink Aquafina.
All right. So I guess that would be about the equal of a large drink at Bojangles.
No, but I drink like I at work now I drink like a small cup of water.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Well, just make sure you stay hydrated.
Oh well, I will need it during the summertime
Yeah.
because I done made retirement plans. I got to go back to see Social Security in March. I got to go back and see the caseworker in March
Hmm. So
to file.
are you going to take Social Security at the earlier age at 62?
Well, I'm going to take retirement at 62,
Hmm.
and I'm going to work till the end of the year. I'm
Hmm.
going to work 3 days a week. Then I'm going to work all the way up to the end of March of next year. Then I'm planning on disappearing.
Okay. Disappearing. Which means, I guess that means go to the Philippines. I hope that's not something else that's going to disappear you.
No, I'm not. I mean, what I meant to say, I'm going to take a nice vacation.
Do you disappear from work? Okay, fine, we understand that.
I'll be retired from work at the March of next year.
All right, so then you will get Social Security and live off your portfolio, I guess.
Yeah,
All right, sounds good.
yeah. Go down to go to her, and go where she lives, where her mother lives with her son. Her sister doesn't live far away. We're planning on. Her sister says we can. She said her sister said we can live in her house to rent and pay rent and utilities. It's not going to be bad.
Hmm.
Then we're going to take long walks on the beach.
Long walks on the beach in the moonlight, I would imagine.
Uh, well, I'm hoping so. Maybe once a week.
Okay. Well, sounds like a plan.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I will think about y'all. I will give you a call and give you updates.
Yeah, don't forget, we're on at 7 a.m. in Mindanao.
Yes, you will be on at 7 a.m. It'll be daytime there, but nighttime for y'all. But I will not forget my friends. I will think about how much I will miss y'all. And, and while I'm having a good dinner, I will think about y'all.
By drinking your water.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
most likely, I won't forget about my friends. I'll still love y'all and miss you.
Oh, well, certainly so. With the in the age of the internet, people almost really sort of don't ever go away at all because everybody's always there on the internet.
Oh yeah, most likely it will. I will definitely keep in contact with my friends, and probably if I can do, maybe let you come down, spend probably a week or two with us.
In the Philippines.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I should be able to hop over there pretty much any time.
Well, most likely you get on where you get a fare. We'll put you up in a room, but we're not gonna. It's not gonna be a bed there. It's gonna
You
you have to sleep on
will.
the floor.
I'm sorry. I'll get a room, but I won't have a bed.
Well, she says she likes sleeping on the floor.
I've done that. I've done that many times. So
Well,
that'll work. Thanks for
oh
calling.
yeah. Bye, sir.
Thank you. Yep, I'm going to go to the Philippines and sleep on the floor. It won't be the first time. I've slept on the floor a lot. I had a living situation once where I slept every night on the floor. But really, you don't really need or want to hear about that. So let's let that one go. Phone line is open. There's the number up there on the screen. You can also email us at keneckleslive@gmail.com. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
How you doing tonight, Ken?
Good. How are you?
All righty, pretty good. Where you been, man? We've been missing you
I've been to the dentist.
for a week and a half.
uh, Well, 3 days last week. I was Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I had to go to the dentist every day. I had a dental emergency thing. Then when was I? Oh, I guess last time I was on was New Year's Eve, Wednesday, New Year's Eve. So
Yeah.
kind of got wiped out last week. I did get a benefit out of that. I have now learned to, when I have one of those temporary crowns and it falls out like every other day, I have learned to put that back in. So I've acquired a dental skill. I can reapply a temporary crown when it falls off.
Yes, sir. Been there, done that, Ken, and got one that might even top that one. If I'd known you'd gone to the dentist, man, I'd let you took my teeth and had them clean while you was there. But I have false teeth, upper and lower, because they got kicked out on the right in Germany, as you know. But
Yeah.
one time my tooth fell off my top plate, and I'd been drinking a little bit that night, and I wanted to glue it back on. When I did, I glued it on backwards, and that didn't work out too well, but it happened. But
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, well, I'm supposed to get my permanent one. Apparently, it takes a long time to make a permanent crown. I'm not going to get that until February 2nd. So I'm going to be putting this thing back in, I guess, on a regular basis for the next few weeks.
Yep. Yeah, I had mine to fall out one time eating a bowl of oatmeal, and I said, nah, that's enough. That is enough. And I had a mouthful of crowns and stuff, and after I went with the false teeth, I said, no, they work as good or better than my old ones did. So
Yeah,
I just went with that.
yeah, grab a little poly grip and you're good to go.
Well, I don't do the polygrip thing, man. I tried it one time, and it gagged me. So I said, nope, enough of that. So I just go natural. You know what I mean?
All right, well, that's fine. You don't have to worry about tooth decay or cavities or any of that stuff.
No, sir. I went last Monday, Ken, to pay my taxes, and after I left the tax department, I went down to the Board of Elections, and I am now legally a unaffiliated voter.
Oh, really? Good. Good.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's none of my business, but I'd be all right with me if everybody was an unaffiliated voter.
Me too, Ken. I feel like the Republican Party is going. I mean, as bad as this economy and everything, and the way Trump's doing everything, he's just doing it wrong, I think, for a better choice of words. But I look for the Republican Party start purging people off the voting ballots pretty soon if you got a D beside of your registration. So that's the main reason I did it.
Oh, well, let me do I see if I understand what you're saying. You think Republicans are going to disqualify Democrats from being on the ballot?
No, I certainly do. Ken, I don't put nothing past that party anymore. I do not. I mean, look at Trump. I mean, he's done gone bat stuff crazy. I mean, look what he did in Venezuela. I mean, he first said, well, they're drug boats, he's blowing out of the water. I mean, how many people did he kill without any evidence at all that there's any drugs on the boats? And now, look what is going on in Minneapolis up there. He's letting people just murder people and then turn around saying, well, there's no liability at all connected with it. He can just basically pardon them without a trial or any evidence or anything. I mean, that guy shot that woman 3 times in the car, Ken, or shot at the car 3 times. And is it not illegal for a police officer to fire into a car when the car is driving away?
Well, there are a whole lot of questions of law there, and I'm not going to be able to sort it out to anybody's satisfaction. If it was in court, which I don't think it would, I don't think it will be. Anyway, if it was in court, the question would be, one of the questions would be, what was the officer's perception of what was happening? So I guess the critical factor in court was what was his frame of mind when he fired the gun. Did he believe she was trying to hit him with the car, or did he not believe? Obviously, I don't know. That's what they'd argue in court. If he believed she was trying to hit him, then he would have a right to defend himself. If he didn't believe that, obviously the opposite would be true. But I don't know if that'll ever be resolved in court. Maybe, I don't know if a civil suit will be filed. I don't think will be a criminal trial. So I don't know. But that would be the question.
Well, with the Department of Injustice that we have, Ken, I mean, Trump just comes out and says the woman was trying to kill him and with the car, but you could plainly see that the wheels were turned to the right.
Yeah, the wheels were turned to the right. I mean, that's how you can see that.
Right, and you can also see that he fired into the car twice from the side. So how are you going to hit somebody with the side of a vehicle? And she told the man, she says, "I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at anybody." Before she drove off.
But she did make contact with him, though. Didn't knock him over, but she did make contact with him. And again, if he was in court, he would argue, or his lawyers would argue, that he was in fear of his life and he acted in fear of his life. Now, whether a jury would accept that or not, I don't know.
I know I wouldn't, but it is what it is. I mean, look what he wants to do with Iceland. I mean, he's saying he's going to take it now, whether
Greenland.
They want to get, Greenland. Yeah, whether they want to give it up or not. He'll take it the easy way or the hard way. I mean, all of this mess is just to keep the Epstein files that's supposed to have been released on December the 19th to the public. And where is that situation at now?
That situation is going nowhere fast. The last thing I read was an estimate that it could take 4 to 8 years. An estimate that it could take 4 to 8 years for all the Epstein files to be reviewed and cleared for release. So far, they have released about 1% of the files to this point. And obviously, it's going to be a long, long time before those files get released.
Yeah, that's the truth, if ever. I mean, he fires people, Ken, and appoints people that will not tell him no on anything. I mean, look at Congress. Was it Jerome Powell today? They're talking about doing an investigation on him now. I mean, look how the Jack Smith and Comey case turned out. I mean, it was a joke too. It's just he just wants to bully everybody that tells him no. And Congress sits up there and just goes along with anything he wants to do on the Republican side. I mean, look at the ACU supplements. How'd that work out for the public?
I'm sorry, what settlement?
The Obamacare supplements.
Oh, the ACA. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, that may change. Congress may yet vote to continue those. We don't know. Of course, the president has indicated that if they do, he might veto it. So, yes, that's another thing we don't know how that's going to work out.
That's exactly right, Ken. I mean, he's threatening the whole world, like, well, Cuba's in my sight, Mexico's in my sights. I mean, I don't see a whole lot of difference in the way he's operating and Putin is. I mean, like, the more enemies he can make, and just worse, just making it for the whole world. I mean, he's supposed to be the man to stop wars, not start wars. And, I mean, it's just a mess, Ken. I've never seen a president act as foolish as this man has at all in my lifetime.
Well, I thank you for calling.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good night. The phone line is open. There's a number up there. You can give us a call or you can send us an email at KenEcclesLive at gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you either way, by phone or by email. Somebody wanted the information again about the heating assistance program. And if you're eligible, in order to be eligible for the state heating assistance program, you have to be in a household that includes a member. Well, I'll go over those again in just a second. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Ken, are you? Welcome back.
Well, thank you.
All right, Ken, let me first start. Statements under my view of president. No reflection on the individuals of the callers. I love a spiritual agreement between us and all like that. And so, no animosity and all like that. And I wish the people to New York back and enjoy our discussion. But
Okay.
let me ask you this question right quick. The only thing that can stop me is my morality. Now, where did that quote come from?
That came from President Trump.
All right. Does that sound like a person or democracy or a dictator?
Well, it sounds like somebody who's not thinking about the Constitution, because the Constitution does place restraints on the president. So it's not an accurate statement.
But people have to carry out the Constitution, don't they?
They do.
They have
yes.
to implement it.
Yeah,
And when
do.
you can control Congress and the Supreme Court. Do you think the Department of Defense gonna arrest or stop him? No, he knows that. So that is the quote he said. And what surprised me is now he's openly telling people, and we criticize Putin for going into Ukraine because resources and land they wanted. We, America, we just done the same thing to Venezuela. And you know what he said on one of his, while he was on his X Truth Search. He said, President Venezuela.
Well, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he addressed himself as acting president of Venezuela. And so that, and I'm not going to be much more, but let me read this in this over a minute. At least 13 instances of ICE firing into cars since July. Of those were U.S. citizens, 2 killed and 10 injured. ICE has snatched people from cars, leaving dog owners with their dogs in the cars unattended, showing no warrants or no arrest papers. When has it become okay to snatch and shoot a mother without any papers? Why are we giving up our rights? This man, they shoot and kill a mother or three and then lie and try to portray her as a left-wing insurrectionist. The video showed clearly her front wheels were turned to the right, away from the man. The shooter was seen later running back up the streets, motioning for someone to call 911. No limp or no. When a doctor who lived in the neighborhood came out, they refused to let him attend to the shot lady. Now, how heartless are these people? This is the mother of 3 young girls. This could happen to your wife, your daughter, or your mother. Volunteers are tend to hit dogs when they are hit. Are Americans seen as less than a dog? Is this the kind of America we want to live in? ICE was receiving 5 months training, and the president said, give them 47 days since I'm the 47th president. And the president said if Iran shoot their protesters, he will protect the protesters from Iran. What about protesters here in America? So I think that I'm the only one that can see what is happening to this country. And I thank you for your time, Ken.
Thanks for calling. Phone line is open. There's the number up there. The email address is keneckleslive@gmail.com. You can give us a call or send us an email about this heating assistance program. If you live in a household with a member age 60 or older, or a person with a disability receiving services through the Division of Aging, or if you currently receive food and nutrition services, also known as SNAP, then you are eligible for the heating assistance program. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Well, good evening, Ken. How are you?
Okay.
Yeah. About to die over this way.
You got the flu?
No, they had a renovating a house across the street, and they cut down some 3.5, 4 foot diameter white oak. It's still green, you know, sap's down the ground, but it's still green. And they did it like you're supposed to, dug a giant hole. It's supposed to be a smokeless pit and all of that, but I'll tell you what, it don't. It don't work. It don't work. I was a prisoner in my own house for 3 days and nights.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And after this wind today, it started it back up, what lay smoldering after the rain. And the rain didn't put it out till late yesterday, and then the wind made it pick back up today. So it makes it a little rough here. I'm telling you,
How long is it going to go on?
I don't know. They threw putting it in there, but it's still burning. After it quit burning, burned since Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, 6 days I've been breathing it. I've called everybody, the forester departments who issues burn permits. And I called him, and he's got a permit, but permits don't mean you can leave the fire. You got to attend it. I mean, it's in all these regulations. You got to, if you're burning within 500 feet of somebody's house, you got to check with them. Air quality control has to be checked every day before you light the fire. You can't add any more fuel to the fire after 4 or start the fire again until 8 a.m. And these people just let it burn all night and smolder and then come back and stir it up next morning. And I called and checked on that with the forest department, and they said, well, that's kind of regular practice. I said, so these people can burn this wood they could easily haul off while they're killing people in the neighborhood, huh? It's okay to do that as long as they can make money, right? I didn't say that. I said, no, you didn't. I did. I said, I ain't stupid. I know what's going on. As long as they're paying tax on that and making money, y'all don't care. Making money for y'all. And I said, it's people like us who have to suffer from it and put up with it and can't do anything about it because no one cares but us.
Well, I'm sorry that's happening to you. I hope you get through that.
Well, I will. But what it does with people with COPD is
when a situation like that happens, we don't recover from that. It makes us that much worse with our problem. It intensifies it, and we just have to live with that. That's why I've had more go into my lungs that shouldn't have in the last 4 days than I have in the last 7 years since I was diagnosed with it. 6 years, 7, whatever it is. And,
Well, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. Somebody needs to. I mean, doesn't do you to say it. Somebody needs to enforce the rules there.
well, I know it, but they just don't do it around here, Ken. This is still North Carolina on the Virginia border.
Well, yeah,
No.
but you
The
know the
poor
law is the
part-
law. Well, good
The
luck.
poorer part- Yeah, but they won't enforce it. They will not. They don't enforce. They won't do it. I don't understand it.
Now, is this inside or outside the city?
It's 100 yards outside the city.
Okay, so it's the county. It's a county matter then.
It's both because the city has a mile radius.
Oh, that's right, extraterritorial jurisdiction.
Uh-huh.
And who have you have you talked to somebody with the city?
Yeah, I've talked to people with the city. I've been way above them. I've been to the forestry department for the state of North Carolina.
And what they say?
They said as long as he's got a permit. And I said, yeah, but the permit don't say he can let it burn all night long and not monitor it in case it gets out and let it burn all night. He said, well, that's the way people, that's what happens. That's the way they do it. I said, wait a minute, who's they? It went off, you know how I do sometimes.
That's not really a good answer, though, is it?
Not to me, it wasn't. Uh-uh.
My
Well, I
goodness.
thought, no, I've burnt before, and they come down here and made me put it out, and I didn't have nothing no bigger than a car hood.
Huh.
Yeah.
I hope.
Because I was at the city. I was in the county, but I was at the edge of the city limit.
Well, I hope that'll end soon.
Well, I do too. It is what it is. I have to live with it till I die, you know.
Yeah, but you don't want that to be tomorrow, though.
No, I'm not crazy about it. You know, I'm kind of ready to go, but I mean, everybody ready to go, but don't nobody want to go.
Well, it doesn't mean you have to be in a hurry.
Right, I agree with that. I ain't in no hurry to go. But I'm cooking dinner now. I guess you can hear the oven.
I hear it.
Yeah, I'm busy doing that. But you know, it's pitiful. We're never going to be able to have a normal, friendly discussion on your show. Seems like ever again, without politics getting involved and making people upset and keeping them upset. And it, you know, what it boils down to is they have nothing else in their life to talk about. So they give it to you, Ken. They put it on your shoulders. I know you don't want to hear about politics. You know, I mean, you do. You talk about it, you listen to them, but I know you don't want to hear about it because it just stirs up the pot.
Well,
Just
you
stirs
know,
up-
it's.
I sent you a link just now to a video that shows that woman slamming into that cop before he shot her, zoomed in close up, and it blew her brains out the first shot. So, you know, the second two didn't do any good. Blew her brains out the first shot. But when you assault a police officer, you don't do that. You do not do that. She'd been ordered to get out the car. She took off to evade arrest. So, you know, the cop was within his rights to do everything he did. He did according to the book, the way he's trained. So, people can understand that, I guess, and they just have to live with that too. Because they don't watch the proper information. Ken. If they watch a little bit of the proper information to get it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly, then they would know. They'd have a whole lot better clue. You know, what's wrong with Trump blowing up the boats that are bringing drugs and killing 23,000 people a month in the United States, or a week, whatever it is? And they don't think about all the wars. He stopped 8 wars, you know, and And of course, we want Greenland. We want Greenland so China and Russia can't take it. Not for the minerals so much as the protection for the United States and the rest of the world, for the military location of it. China's there, Russia's there. If we don't take it, they are. So
Well,
we don't have much of a choice right there. And if they do a little further searching, they'd find out things like that. And sure, we want the minerals. We're talking giving them $1 million a piece. I asked the other night how much that was on Ken, Charles did. Asked a sarcastic man how much was 50,000 people at $1 million. Well, that's $1 billion. It's $50 billion to give them for Greenland, and they make every one of them that live there a millionaire.
mhm, that's what it would do. Yeah, that's true.
Make their lives better and make their lives happier. Build military bases there so to protect them, us, and everybody else from Russia and China. Okay, Trump has played a giant chess game in all of this, Ken. I don't know if you can see it that way. He's boxed China in. China right now has nowhere to go. Russia don't want. China don't want Russia, but they have to communicate with each other. Okay, we've taken Venezuela. We've taken back an illegal dictatorship. You want to talk about a dictator? Trump ain't no dictator. This man, Maduro's a dictator. Okay, they partying in the streets down there because of what Trump did, and Iran is protesting against their leadership, burning the city, burning the buildings, the government buildings. They've been 50s. I think there's 155 shot and killed, and Trump's getting ready to do something about that in Iran for the government killing those citizens that are protesting. And so Trump is straightening out not just the deep state, he's straightening out the world, make it a peaceful place. If they don't, he'll just blow them up.
Well, let's hope we don't have to blow up the world to make it peaceful.
Well, you peace through power, peace through strength. It's the only way they know peace. It's the only way you can show these type of people peace. They've been fighting for 3,000 years and more. Ken, they ain't ready to stop. That's all they know in life. It's to fight. Kill Jews, kill the Christians, kill Americans. Great Satan. That's what we are.
Well,
okay. I've rattled on enough.
We'll make it.
I've rattled.
Good luck. Good luck with your problem.
By the blessings of Trump doing what he does for America, I'm sorry people cannot see that side. I'm just really sorry. Watch Jesse Waters for an hour. Anybody catch an hour of Fox, you'll know everything you need to know.
Well,
God bless
thanks.
everybody. Have a good night, Ken. Take care.
Thanks for calling. There's phone number up there on the screen, and the email address is there for you too. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please. Goodbye, caller. Caller couldn't wait. Let's try this one. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Yes, good evening to you, Ken.
Good evening.
Man, I'm sorry to do this, but I've got to.
I know you have to do what you have to do.
I would have appreciated a lecture out of somebody about law and order when he hadn't grandiosed his own law breaking in his background. So let's move on from that, okay?
All right, let's do.
Here's the bigger concern, Ken. At the end of the day, irregardless of whether you love the man or hate the man, in my lifetime, which is more than 7 decades, in my lifetime, I've never known a single human being to ever impact let's just say the stress level, the anxiety level of people, not only in this country, but worldwide. And thinking back, in my lifetime, I've never known anybody who's had this impact on us like this man. Have you?
No, I probably not in my lifetime. I don't know of a president who has had this much impact.
regardless of whether you love him or hate him, the level of stress and anxiety that he has brought into this entire world, just our country, is just amazing to me. Hello?
Yes. I'm sorry. Did you ask me a question?
I was just wondering if you had I thought you, I was giving you a pause for a response if you chose to. Or
Yeah,
not.
it is. It is a stressful time. There's no question about that. And even it's stress for every. If you don't like him, it's stressful. If you do like him, it's also stressful in its own way as well. The world is a stressful place. I guess the question would be if this is it constructive stress? And this is one that people argue. Is it constructive stress? Sometimes you go through stress because things will be better at the other end when the stress is over. So is there something constructive in the stress? Do you see anything?
At this stage, my answer is no. All I see is an absolute destruction of everything. And not only in this country, but literally worldwide. I see this man literally running, for want of a better term, a criminal enterprise. He is flat out murdering and robbing and stealing from other people under the guise of our security. Plain and simple. Give me a break. It's like this whole argument about Greenland. And we need it for our security. That's all fecal matter. There you go. How's that?
Well, thank you for not putting it more bluntly. Well, let's talk about.
Let me interrupt.
I'm sorry.
Let me interrupt real quick.
The
reason for that statement is plain and simple. We no longer rely on ICBMs, correct?
Well, now, I'm not sure that is true. I mean, the ICBMs, that's our weapon of last resort.
Not anymore. Not anymore. We're not the only country in this world that has these new, are they supersonic or whatever? Hypersonic. There you go.
Yes.
There you go. We're not the only nation that has them. Russia has them. I'm pretty sure China has them.
Sure.
We have them. And what's the story on those hypersonic missiles, Ken?
Well, if they perform as advertised, then they are, as the name implies, much faster than any other missile. They can be fired in different situations from different platforms, and they would be, if they perform as advertised, they're almost impossible to defend against right now.
Correct. The idea of taking Greenland because we need it for our security is a ridiculous notion that he's couching all of this under. It's all, for want of a better term, Miss Nan's behavior is simply that of a Vladimir Putin. Plain and simple. He's doing the same things that Putin has done in the Ukraine. So, but let's move on from that and stop talking about that. At the end of the day, this man has made all of us collectively at each other's throats, day in and day out, to the point where the humanity in us, the cognitive humanity in us is being lost because we're all being pushed into this very primitive primate stage that literally, folks, we are still an animal at the end of the day, whether you like it or not. So, Ken, that's what's troubling to me is this man has developed this stress and anxiety that has disrupted our level of psyche to the point where we're out of control.
is it that he has created it, or is it that it was already there and he has illuminated it?
I would say that on some level, in some folks, it was already there. At the end of the day, what it boils down to, Ken, this man is acting out this country's anger, plain and simple. All these people that are supporting him are simply mad at everybody that they don't know they're mad at. And this guy is acting out their anger for them. They think that they lost their jobs because of this, or their prices are too high because of that, or this is happening or that is happening, and the world's not treating them fair. So this man winds up stepping up and saying, guess what, world? Guess what, country? You're not being treated fair, and I'm here to protect you from that and save you from that and make sure you're treated fair. And so that collectively their anger jumped on with this guy, and now this guy has made us all literally to the point where we're damn close, excuse my language, we're very close to a civil war with each other, and it's starting already. Look at what's happening in Minneapolis. This is what's happening. But yet this man has elicited this, and yes, that's the term I would use. He has elicited these behaviors in us through his behaviors and through his verbalizations, and it's made us all crazy.
I know I'm crazy. I can't speak for anybody else.
At the end of the day, the hard part for all of us is understanding that, look, this guy is making us all crazy. Somehow or another, we got to back being crazy and understand this man is not helping us in any way. Yeah. At the end of the day, Ken, I'm sorry, more than my 3 minutes worth, too. I get down off my soapbox. I apologize to you for going too long, and thank you for your time.
Thanks for calling. Wow, what time is it, I wonder? Phone line is open. There's the number up there, the email address, keneckleslive@gmail.com. And for the... Hello, caller, you're on the air. Go ahead, please.
How you doing tonight, Mr. Eccles?
Good, how are you?
All right. The last couple callers have made me think of about 10 different points, and I forgot almost all of them by now. That's not a snide remark towards the callers. I enjoyed listening to both of them. But one thing I thought I'd point out, like I said, my points kind of changed as I was listening to the different conversations, to the different details. But, you know, in this day and age, the way that the media is covered 24/7, and then not only that, but we have so many independent sources that provide different news, that some of it is taken up by mainstream media, that kind of thing. You know, I wouldn't say necessarily that he's wrong when he says that the stress caused by the current president, I'd say maybe that effect is true, but I don't think necessarily he is the cause of it the way that the caller is thinking. Can you imagine if we had X now, if we had X and YouTube and all that kind of stuff back in 2001 after Bush invaded Iraq? I mean, can you imagine if we had this during the Clinton years, during Monica Lewinsky and all that kind of stuff?
Sure.
You know, it's kind of like a wreck. Look, gets hair up his butt, and I was gonna say a phrase, and I changed it in my mind.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. But let's say that he decides, you know what, we're gonna cover every single wreck in Martinsville and Henry County, and so he goes out this week and he covers every single wreck. Well, the majority of people are going to look at those wrecks on Facebook and go, my goodness, we have never had so many wrecks in this area. When the reality is we've had those wrecks all along. They're just now being covered.
Right.
You know, we only covered maybe, 5% of them, 10% of them. So my point being is that every single thing that these politicians do now, which is good, they're accountable. It's much more difficult for them to do something and then it be found out about months later. Now something happens and we find out days later or hours later. But the reality is every president in modern history, if they had had 24/7 people around them putting out tweets and this and that and everything, I believe the stress level would have been just as high, and certainly more so during wartime. Can you imagine during the Vietnam War? Can you imagine if we had had live reports from people, out there in Vietnam, and it hadn't been months later that people found out about villages that were burned and this and that?
Well, sure. I mean, if we'd had the internet during the Vietnam War, first of all, we have to recognize how torn we were during the Vietnam War, even without the internet. If we'd had the internet during the Vietnam War, it would have been, well, basically it would have been similar to what we have right now. It would have been.
Yeah. And one thing that I'll also mention too, and then I'll get off the phone. I know your show's coming to a close here, but a lot of times you don't know what the effect is until obviously years, maybe even decades or longer afterwards.
Of course.
And it's difficult to judge during. Now it's like you look at Bush again, and I'm not saying what he did was right or wrong or anything like that. I'm just looking at the reality of what happened. Now he invaded Iraq. The conditions there wasn't weapons of mass destruction, all that. It doesn't matter. Point is, it happened. And the reality of that is that countries like Saudi Arabia have now become very close, being as close to Americanized as you could ever have imagined their country would be. They're investing billions of dollars in the United States. They are trying to, quote unquote, whitewash their image. But it wasn't but a few decades ago, they could have cared less. They'd tell you to your face they're going to try to blow you up, And, they are pushing other Middle Eastern countries to do the same. All of that is a direct effect of the fact that we were in the Middle East and we had a place in there. It's like I said, there's a lot of pros and cons to anything. Nothing is a perfect answer. I'm just looking at the reality of what has occurred. And, you could say...
We're out of time.
Oh, we're out of time. Yeah. All right, Mr. Eccles, you have a great evening.
Well, thank you for calling. Good to hear from you. And that is all the time we have for Star Talk tonight. We're on the air Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I hope you'll join us next time. Thanks for watching. I'm Ken Eccles.